Good morning, Internet, and welcome back to the Sustainable Laboratory. Another eruption through, and one of these days I'm going to remember that that distance is 10, not this distance. This distance needs to be 9. So I had to come in, pop out a brick. That got the lava, or the magma, flowing over to here. Boom, all of a sudden this started running in the proper fashion. Now I redid the wiring on this, so it's just feeding onto the grid. If this battery fills up, it'll turn off the steam generator. Now as you can see, we're about 7-8 degrees shy right here, which is perfect. That means we're getting almost all the counterflow we need. This hardly ever closes. There's so much petroleum in here at 403. So now most of the energy is going to go into here. I've actually got this set pretty low because the water's dropping right on it, which then basically sends it a false signal. So the temperature in here is actually 150, even though it's set to 127. Down here, we're pumping from this side since this is the hottest crude oil, and I don't want this to explode into that. And how are we doing here? Yeah, we're going to make some more steel. Hopefully we don't overheat that more. This is working all right. Our power's a little bit low. Might crank this up at the top of the map. Sorry, big scroll. We are starting work on the battery box. So in here, I'm going to fill this with steel jumbo batteries. Then the solar panels will feed into that. And the aqua tuners, the thermoregulator, everything will live in here with some steam turbines to get the heat back out of it. So that should be pretty awesome. But now that we're getting petroleum, this should start pumping soon, and then I can use jet suits. In fact, there you go. I probably want to set that to like 5. I don't want this to overflow too much. You want just enough in here so that this initial pool gets cooled by the counterflow. Not that 2 kilos is very much. I mean, I could crank it up and get more in faster, but I just don't need to. I'd rather keep the counterflow nice and simple, especially off of a minor volcano. I'm afraid even pulling this much power off it might be too much. But the point is, you are now occasionally pumping. It's coming out at a somewhat reasonable temperature of 120. And let's check the liquids. Uh-oh. Okay, that's bad. There's supposed to be a pool of crude oil in there. Let's fix that right now. There's going to be some backups. You do that. This doesn't need to be a vacuum, and it's not a vacuum, so I don't care. Alright, dupes. Run! Luckily they're all in suits, but they're going to get pretty warm. Good thing I caught that. Once this gets all the way full, it'd be pretty much impossible to get that drop of oil in there. Just when you think you've done everything right, you always run into another problem. Yep, my refinery's overheating again. Yeah, the cooling loop, cooling with petroleum is just not doing it down here, not when everything around it's already at 90. Alright, we're just going to stop making steel for a little bit. Did I mark this? Yes. Control 4. Nice. Actually, I want to go back to here. Sorry for the quick. I want to find one of these that actually has a bunch of kilograms. Yeah, nothing really does. Okay. See, maybe I could do it sweep only, but I don't care. If there's enough lying around, they can come grab it. Alright, see, now you need... Oh, no, because this is down in temperature. So you're not coming through as fast. Alright, 13 kilograms. Perfect. And, oops, sorry about that. Clicked on the wrong button. Heck yeah, I'll take some free steel. Free steel is awesome. Didn't really want you to be pumping, but whatever. Hopefully that was all just petroleum. Yes. Come on, someone come deconstruct this. Well, I guess we can turn this back on, can't we? This pump's just going to pump it out, so it doesn't matter. Normally I make this a vacuum so it has no chance of transferring heat, but it actually doesn't matter. Yes, it's very warm in the hot pool of petroleum. Alright, who wants to build themselves inside the pump room? Alright, I probably need to set this up higher. 525. I was trying to suck all the heat out of it, but obviously setting it down to 450 is not enough. No, I should take care of it. I mean, with both these being diamond, the heat comes across pretty quick. And still this barely closes. Alright, crisis seems to be averted. This should be just about ready to pop over. Alright, that's what the liquid is supposed to look like. Just trying to make sure this actually pops over correctly. Perfect. Alright, and with that, hey, the telescope's done. Nice, and I've got a good mix of close in. I hate it when you get 2 and then 1 on each ring till you get out to something far. Set that now, even though there's no way of it doing anything. Oh, and we filled 6 docks so far. I'll get pretty close. Okay, so I want to set my best... Alright, let's look at skills. So I'm going to set the jet suit docks. So I want to make sure that I have my best builders and a couple of suppliers. It's basically going to be these first 4. And you're about to get overskilled. Do I need the mechatronics engineer? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, probably strength is always good. A bit more construction on the other mechatronics. Everyone can get more strength. You can't dig, so you don't matter. You are going to be an astronaut at some point. And you are my specialty supplier. Okay. So right now we want these guys to only be allowed back in. That way, if they are outside, I don't have to worry about them coming back through the suit dock. Mark you is going to be an astronaut. You just shouldn't be allowed outside at all. Fun new dupes. There's my new primary decorator. Definitely need more ranchers. No, I apparently hired 2. I've got lots of statues. Alright, so I don't see anybody else yet that I need to let through. So those guys definitely can do that. So wait until we're sure they're all in. That's Turner. Nope, Turner, I want you inside. You're getting an upgrade, buddy. Okay, so these top ones. Five. And then other and supplying. Alright, so they should come through here, drop off the suit they're wearing and pick up a jet suit, and then be able to come back through and drop off their jet suit. And because they're only allowed through specific doors, I shouldn't end up with suits on the ground. I'm sure I will then cut to me with them having suits on the ground. All right. Oh no, you're really old. I'm looking for a younger Dreco. Perfect. Because this count is down to 3. Alright, and you can stop making pips. These should all be full. Not quite. The newest ranch. A couple of them are a little bit short. How many pips do I have? 8. Perfect. Alright, come on, jet suit dupes. Maybe. Building broken. Oh, still got more of that coming through. I'm probably low on steel, but let's up the priority. See if we can't get somebody to come through. You are not a jet suit dupe. You're a rancher. These are open, right? Yes. Yeah, everyone's allowed through there. Pretty sure default auto is that way. Let me check another door. Yep. You're set to clearance. I'll set that to always. I don't know if that makes a difference at all. Well, that's just silly. Like, I don't want them to deliver spare suits here. I don't understand this game sometimes. Like, I didn't want them to deliver spare suits. So there should have been vacancies and they should have been able to take their suits off. Instead, they're just dropping them on the ground. I just don't understand sometimes, but yay, jetsuit dupes. Now we can set all of this to dig and deconstruct. Perfect. All right, we'll be back to you in a bit. Again, very strange mechanic where Turner is saying unpermitted food, but he doesn't have unpermitted food. It's because he doesn't see that he can deliver that. So I need him to deliver a suit to a dock so that he can leave, even though there's a suit right there. There. Just makes you wonder sometimes. Do I gotta do the same thing for Hassan? Are you just stuck? No, you're good. Oh, it's the same thing, only he's up here. Come on. I know, the pathing once you turn on jet suits is awful. Where are you, Hassan? There you are. Even though there's a suit right there. There, now we can leave. Okay, now it seems to be working. And everyone should still be in suits. Alright, back to waiting for construction. Well, here's another interesting mechanic. So this battery... Okay, now it's filling up. Because I was just down at the bottom of the map, and the batteries were full. Yeah, perfect. So now you turn off. But just because of the way the grid works, this one's going to feed this area first, because this wire is closest. So you'd think the power on the wire would be the same everywhere, but it's going to grab from whatever's closest first. So these are still full. And yet, this one will still occasionally lose power. Whatever. I still need to explore more of the map. I was looking at my plumbing. You can see my petroleum coming up. We've got the pipe like half full. But again, 2 kilograms a second for 0 duplicate labor. If you ever find a volcano on a map in a reasonable place, build one of these. They are the best thing in the game. They give you 50% more petroleum because you're not using a petroleum refinery. They're great. Once you figure out that distance, they're just the best thing. I remember when I first started playing this game and was like running multiple petroleum refineries and burning through my oil, and finally found a YouTube video that showed me how to make one. I'm like, oh, that's just much easier. I should have done that. It's about time to move these down. And now that we have jet suit dupes, we should be able to get space and solar going. Awesome. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and next episode we should get some solar power.